All right, welcome back to Lockdown Sports. We're talking basketball. Jono.
Yeah.
Jono doesn't even know what we're doing so far. We've got the United Spurs game up. You can catch that video if you like watching football. If you don't, well, I guess what we'll have to do.
I can't look, can I?
You can look now. We're interviewing the All-Stars, John.
Okay.
I
am confused.
We haven't won a prize, but we're gonna pretend to. Okay.
All right.
Because honestly, one of the big reasons we got into doing sports videos is we were really disappointed with the media and NBA media.
Yeah.
I know you Google Skip Bayless Twitter. You don't even have a Twitter account. Okay?
I do.
And you let him fill you up with so much rage, John.
It's
I
a
don't like
three-man
seeing that
rotation.
in you.
It's Skip Bayless,
That
Nick Wright.
that is a pause, bro.
Oh, no. Well, it's Skip Bayless, Nick Wright, and Shannon Sharp. Those are the Twitters I Google on a regular basis.
I simply want you
Interesting. Okay.
I simply want you to ask a question.
Yeah.
If they had the truth serum, what would you ask them? Related to this season, please.
Related to this season.
Related to this season.
Jeez, you put me on the spot here.
Or anything you want. We'll start with Damian Lillard. Probably the lowest on the All-Star list out of the first 10.
Okay.
He's not really a winner.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to fix that up.
I just heard an applause in my ears. I don't think anyone else heard that. That was a bit embarrassing. Okay, Dame. Is Giannis able of being a true number one on a championship winning team?
What do you mean by that? He already won a championship by
But
himself.
now,
Can he do it again?
a lot of teams have developed further. His skills have.
I know who you're talking about.
No. Hey,
He's talking about Philly again.
no. Boston as well, the Nuggets. I mean, they lost in the first round last year as well, even with Giannis there for 4 of the games.
When Dame came, the
Yeah.
whole idea was Giannis actually handing that torch to Dame. But you look at Dame's struggles this season.
Yeah.
Early on, you look at shooting slump. Fair enough. That happens most Dame
Yep.
seasons, I think. But now it's more concerning. What do you think they need to do to improve? Is it some sort of schematic thing? Because the Dame Giannis pick and roll, it's pretty good now.
But I think
Is it
they
defense?
expected that to be obviously to defense, but that was a given with Dame coming across and them losing Drew. I feel like this Dame and Giannis pick and roll was meant to be like almost unstoppable after how good the Middleton and Giannis pick and roll was over the years when they won the championship as well. Dame with his known shooting range, and then obviously we know Giannis how he is off the roll and off the dribble on the run. I think people expected that to be almost just about unguardable, but it hasn't really played out that way this season.
I think you touched on it. Middleton, he's sort of
He's kind of lulled a bit.
It's just
He's declined.
I don't know if there's as much being drawn up for him as compared to before.
Yeah,
with
that's
Drew,
fair.
you knew he was the second scorer, right? Middleton.
Oh, yeah.
So now you've got him relegated to third, and you look at what, obviously we'll talk about Philly eventually, but Tobias Harris as a third scorer,
I was about to say.
it doesn't mesh well. It never really meshes well being the third or fourth scorer and like strictly the third scorer.
Yeah.
You need to have moments with the second team maybe to lobby that up. But we touched on defense as well. They went back to the drop defense after trying out, obviously new coach,
That's
new
what's
system.
worked for them though the last few years. That drop defense with.
But
Brook
it
Lopez.
doesn't work in the playoffs consistently. Yes, they won a championship. Even I was against that side. You talked about Giannis, but it's drop defense, John. It's 2024.
Yeah. I think that also comes into what Brook Lopez can and can't do. He struggles against shorter, shiftier guards. They don't want to switch him onto them.
Giannis
So
at the 5. Giannis at the 5.
that would be interesting to see.
He's good enough.
Do you think Giannis has that AD syndrome where he doesn't want to play the 5?
Are you telling me all these years I watched him guard Bruce Brown to play help defense? You questioning his motor? You can ask him. You can ask
His
him
want
later
to play the
if we're lucky. You can ask him.
We'll ask. We'll think about it.
All right. Jason Tatum. We're staying out in the East.
Yep. Jason Tatum.
Game 7 killer Jason Tatum. What do you want to ask him, John?
Can't even argue against that. That hurts. Do you think the Boston Celtics have a better chance at a championship if they trade Jaylen Brown?
We're going to need a lot of truth serum on that one.
Yeah,
But I think it's
a
been
lot.
evident, the way it was shipped around almost, it felt, the way it took so long for him to get that contract extension.
And that's with their current roster, by the way.
Yeah. With the current team, what are you looking at? What does trading Jaylen Brown get you right now?
I mean, it will create more of a
Balance?
like a structure or like a structure within the team, like clear number one, clear number two, because you've got Drew as a point guard, you've got KP as a nice second scorer, I guess, and JT will be clear cut the main guy, which I think he's capable of being.
Not Derek White?
Derek White, he's like a nice 4-5 option, could move up into a 3 in some games, but if they lose JB for maybe 3 and D players, I don't know who specifically, but over the years there's been that contention within, is it JT's team, is it JB's? It's pretty clear that it's JT's team. But some games you see Brown really take on that load, and it's like, it looks like it could be his team, but there's certain times where it's like he struggles. So I wonder if you trade JB for a few pieces just to help build that roster and that depth. Because I've said many times this season, I'm not a fan of the Celtics' depth. I like their top 5, maybe 6.
6, 7. 6, 7. I'll
Not
give you.
7. 6 at the max.
6.
After that, it's like, I'm not a fan of it, and I don't know how they'll play in the playoffs.
Can you imagine Detroit?
For JB.
Just picks him up, trades like 3-4 pieces, 2-3 picks, goes all out right now.
Who we got?
Radio?
We have got.
Okay, John. All right, I'm going to leave the room. You two do whatever. You and Joel Embiid do whatever naughty business you want to get up to. I don't want to be involved in this. I don't want to be involved in this.
Do you think you'll ever win a championship in Philly? And do you want to stay in Philly for the rest of your career?
Do you want to just propose while you're at it? Do you want to tie him down for life? Is that what I'm hearing?
This is hurtful. This is hurtful.
So I'll be Joel Embiid in this situation.
No, please don't be.
No.
For those who don't know, I'm a Philadelphia supporter. But yeah.
Die hard. Look, he will leave if you don't win.
In how long? Span.
I was going to ask you. I'm thinking 3
I was about
years.
to say 3.
3 years.
Yep.
3 years. You've got Nick Nurse. That gets you through to the end of next season.
But if we don't make the conference finals in the next 2 seasons, then
It's game over. It's game over. If you don't make a finals in the next 3, definitely over.
yeah.
Conference final next 2.
Yep.
If you lose in the first round this year, John,
Don't even talk about it.
we're looking at Nick Nurse and Joel Embiid finding a new home. At least he'll have that Olympics win with the US roster, eh? At least he'll have that.
I don't even want to think about a first round exit.
LeBron.
Ooh.
Bron.
Okay.
Yeah.
LeBron. Bronny.
How you doing?
Hey.
What's it like being?
Ooh, this is.
What would you ask LeBron James?
What would I ask LeBron James?
Can I steal this?
You can say your question after I say mine.
Okay.
While I'm still thinking. If the Lakers have a very strong contender roster in a year or two when Bronny comes into the league, would you rather stay and chase that championship or go to the team that Bronny gets drafted to?
See, these are all questions that you can't actually ask because
Because we don't know him. That's why, bro.
No,
It's because we don't know him.
no. It's even if we were in the room, we'd get the most PC fucking answer. Like, well, obviously I'd think about it, but that's my son, man.
That's my son.
Yeah, that was a terrible accent, but
And then like, got to do this as well. Brush
Yeah,
his
just-
brush his alleged hair.
30 strokes
Yeah.
each side.
What was your question?
My question would be: late in the game, are you no
Don't do that.
it ain't one of those ones. Not today. Not today. I'm not feeling peckish.
Late in the game, are you scared of the free throw line?
No, late in the game, are you scared of the referee's whistle? Because I'm sure there's an answer out there. I'm sure someone's
Scared
asked
as
it.
in like
as in
thinking you'll get it?
thinking he won't get the foul actually called. Because what I've noticed, John, is the NBA is almost like a WWE style match when it comes to the refereeing.
I mean,
don't make a Draymond Green reference right now. That will really hurt Dan and Jay's feelings right now.
Dan and Jay loves me and the podcast, so he'll be a loyal viewer no matter what.
Are you scared of referees not calling it? Is that why you kick it out? Because I hear so much about the right play.
Yep.
They're literally fouling you anytime you drive in the paint. And I know you can sell that call. Are they not buying that call? Is that why?
I think it's pretty clear that they're not. Because it's like, obviously LeBron is not as physically dominant as Shaq. But like with Shaq, they just had to just let fouls go because you can't just call a foul all the time. And it's the same with LeBron. Even now, he's the best driver of the basketball in the game. Maybe after Giannis.
That's crazy.
Maybe after Giannis. But that's still crazy to say that.
It's true, but it's crazy.
Yeah, and he gets fouled on probably more than half of his drives. But obviously, they're not all called. And we still with against the Celtics last season.
Last season. The OT game,
The OT game, Pat Bev with the camera, iconic moment.
Yeah.
And I think, because that was as clear cut as it gets on foul. And if he's not getting that, going back to making the right play, do you want to try and make a layup in traffic over 3 people hitting you and contesting the shot, or kick it out to an open shooter? I mean, that's what they're paid to do. If they're on the court at that time, they should be able to shoot that 3. And if they're wide open, you got to make that play.
All right, one more time before we end the video.
Oh, the fat
slob. MVP.
Fat slob.
The MVP.
Oh, you don't
we
care.
have a winner, John.
You don't care.
We have a winner.
You don't care.
You don't care. Okay. Before we get on to your question, how many points is he getting in the All-Star game? Nikola Jokic.
Just, do you want a number or over-under?
Give me both. I know they'll both be under 10.
No, actually, with this East-West thing, I think it's going to be different. Because it's the East versus the West.
So you think he can score like 20 on Joel Embiid, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was thinking around 10.
Around 10. 10.5. Yeah.
But it is the All-Star game.
I reckon he just
let's
might
go
sit.
6 points.
I reckon he might just sit.
6 points.
Yeah. Because no way he's risking his body driving a Joel Embiid.
Yeah. I reckon he'll get 6 points.
All right. 6 points.
Yeah.
Hot pick. All right. Your question for the MVP.
I don't think he cares about basketball enough to answer the question.
Ask him something deeper than basketball.
You know what? Oh, deeper than basketball. Nah. Is one of your main goals to go down as one of the top 3 greatest centers ever?
Can an argument be made?
Is that right now?
No. Could you extend that to players with his level of with his level of domination?
Top 3 players of all time.
With his level, if he okay,
well,
no.
So
hold you.
So you're just saying for him to be the 3rd best player of all time? Because he's not going to be 1 or 2.
Can I make the case for number 3?
I don't know if I want to let you speak right now.
Okay, so his production,
what's happening?
His positivity in terms of basketball goodness, whatever you want to call it.
Basketball goodness.
Fucking look at... Okay, fine. PER, box plus minus.
VORP.
LeBron. What do you want me to say? Okay. Whatever metric we go by in terms of analytics, the only ones that he looks bad on are like maybe deep shooting and maybe you look at defense.
I was about to say, so I feel like with this, we have to make a comparison to Steph. Because outside of Steph, because Steph, in my opinion, is borderline top 10, fringe top 10. All the guys in the top 10 are elite on both ends of the floor. And we know Jokic is not, Steph is not. And would you put Jokic over? Because Jokic is all offensive pretty much. Nothing on the defensive side that
But he scores so much, you don't have to defend.
Yes, you do. You still
not
do.
As much as the others.
You still do.
You do.
So Steph is the only player in the top 10 that is a negative defender. Or over the career is a negative defender.
So can he eclipse Steph? Then?
Yeah. And if he does, then that just gets him to the top 10 in the first place.
Yeah, look, if you're going to bring the defense argument,
Well,
I can see.
there's only two sides to basketball: offense and defense, and that's.
I know which one
50-50.
wins your games and which one wins your championships. It's
Yeah.
offense. They're not different ones.
No,
They're not different ones.
offense wins you games, defense wins you championships.
All I'm saying is, to my very last day on earth, I hope someone figures out how to stop
Jokic.
this Denver Nuggets offensive machine.
Unreal.
Okay, I watched it for 5 games in
I
the
think
finals.
I think an Aaron
It's
Gordon
disgusting.
injury breaks it all down.
Cause he's just a cutter. You can.
I'm telling you, it's deadly.
Bro.
It's deadly.
He,
I'm telling you.
I'm getting a mind blank. I'm getting a mind blank.
What?
Power forward for Dallas Mavericks this season.
Grant Williams.
No, the other one. The dunker.
Oh, Derek Jones.
Yes.
Oh.
Derek Jones could play in this team. Derek Jones could play in this team.
Nah, he's not
He'll
as
give
strong.
you the same production.
Nah, he don't got that build and the IQ like Aaron Gordon.
He's got the IQ.
It's different.
50, 50, 50.
No,
It's the same shit.
It's different. It's different.
When you play with Jokic, it's
different.
easy. It's easy.
It is true. Yeah.
All right. You're probably wondering about these next 5 guys. We're going to leave them to Saru for another video. Video gets too long. We got to chop it up into 2. You know, we can't do Netflix specials just yet.
Not yet. No.
You know why? You haven't subscribed.
That is why. Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay locked in for more basketball content like this. Lockdown Sports, the home of all your sporting goods and needs.
Not all yet.